Okay guys, it's ready. I have the ultimate version of the build. The Oracle Ascendancy is really beautiful, gives us a lot of opportunity, and now we have 4k life and 1k regen, or even more than 1k regen when we are fighting. So we kinda solved the melee issue, because a lot of people dying on melee. And we have insane clear, you are popping the whole screen. And actually my weapon is really old, so this is not even the highest damage that we can do. It's nowhere near it. So in this video I will try to explain everything. This will be a full guide for the endgame. The build now is a little bit complicated, but I will try my best. Before the build, Merry Christmas everyone and Happy Holidays. I hope you are all doing well and now you have a lot of time to play, but of course spend a lot of time with your family. And I would like to ask you to subscribe and like this video. This is a Christmas build, actually one of my best so far. So let's start with the HP. We are stacking HP, we are at 4k. I know we can have more, but this is what I can afford now. And we are still using the Defiance of Destiny. This gives us a very big defense. When you get a big hit, then you're recovering 30% of life. That's really nice with a big HP pool, and 4k is actually big. And now we are using the Veil of the Night for increased maximum life. But yeah, we have no elemental resistance anymore. But finally, armor has a purpose, because we are using the Grand Regalia and we have armor. Now, stacking armor again, it's actually feels nice because we can apply it to elemental damage. So the simple version, when you have a lot of resistance and have a lot of armor, it just doesn't work. It's a piece of garbage, you die a bunch of times. And now with this really big HP pool and the armor, it's much better. You feel much better, so we don't have elemental resistance and we don't care. Actually, it's really nice. So the big part is the Grand Regalia. We have on life regeneration, max life and global defense. This is almost a perfect one, but nobody using these armor for now. I bought it for 4 divine orbs. So if you are watching this video early, you can get a lot of stuff for this build cheap early on, because nobody using global defense, life and life regeneration, so these armors are kinda cheap. And another layer for the defense is the Undying Hate. We get the sacrifice of flesh when taking damage from heat, 20% of life loss is prevented, then 130% of life loss prevented in this phase lost over 4 seconds. This is also a big stuff here. But this wouldn't be enough, we need a lot of HP regen also, and we are at 400, which is already really good actually. This is possible first because of the Grand Regalia, and we have these nodes. These small nodes are actually really big with the 25% increased life regeneration. It's really nice. And with this Lord of the Wilds, we can use the Scepter. But this actually gives us nothing, because we don't care about the stats here. We only care about the Purity of Lighting, which gives us lightning resistance, so it's still nothing. But with that, you can put your Spirit Support Gems into it. And this is big, because it's like 2% of maximum life regeneration, and 2% a lot when you have 4k HP. So we can have these for free, which is really big, because this would cost us like 120 spirit. So nice. And the other layer of defense is on Pounce. Pounce is one of the best heals in the game, in my opinion. We can have it up in every 2 seconds. And we have Holy Descent in it, which gives us Consecrated Ground. And this regenerates 5% of the maximum life per second. This with Encouraging Ground, it looks like this. So it's kind of growing and growing, and when you are in it, you have 600. When we stand, we have 800 life regeneration, which is kind of nuts already. And this is not everything. We also have the anointment on our amulet is a Sparing Genius, which gives us 10% chance to gain Arcane Surge when you deal critical hit. So we are always critting because of the Oracle stuff with the inevitable critical. And you could ask, why would we use this? Because now here we can use Mind Over Matter, which doesn't matter for us, but we can have this. So now Arcane Surge regenerate life. And if you know that Arcane Surge guns cast speed, don't care, and 20% more mana regeneration. And now in this we have more life regeneration, and the important stuff is here the more. It's a multiplier. So when we are fighting, our life regeneration is above 1k, which is really high in my opinion. This gives us a very big defense layer and makes our mapping much easier. So this is our defense, a lot of life and armor applied to elemental damage and a lot of life regeneration. Let's see the other items. We actually want life leech, life regen and damage on rings and chaos resist. I'm still having a lot of unnecessary lighting and cold resistance in these rings because I am kind of out of currency, but we will change these and max out our chaos resist and have more life regeneration and more damage on these rings. We are using Headhunter. Still, there was even one people who wished me in game that I am talking shit that Headhunter is not a big deal for mapping. I don't know, I mean, I can feel the difference. If I don't have this on, the mapping is a completely different stuff than with Headhunter. I don't know, I think people live in a bubble, or every content creator, everyone using Headhunter when they are mapping. There are a few builds that will switch this out for bosses, but even this is not true, because when you do it right, your map, you are arriving at the boss room at 20-25 buffs, then it's really stupid to take it off. So Headhunter is, I think, one of the best items in the game, but sure, tell me that it's not a big deal. On boots, the same situation here. I bought this free socketed one for 3 divine orbs because nobody want 1 chaos resist and intelligence on your boots and the increased socketed effect, but for us, it's really nice because we can put the armor applies on lightning damage, another chaos resist rune, and plus movement speed. And with the 60% increase effect, they are higher, so it's a really nice boot for us. Onto the glove, we are still using this. This is a perfect glove for us. Although I want to try out with a simple rare one with melee, with plus melee skills and life and attack speed, we can do that, but this is perfectly good for now. With 2 socketed also, this is like 7-8 divine orb. We need to change our weapon because this is old, and I have a lot of T5 modifiers on it, the physical and the cold, and even only just 3% critical hit chance. We are missing a lot of damage here, but for now it's good. On our second hand, we just have a random talisman because we use it for skill duration. So every skill duration node on the tree and the work high speed, because Arctic Howl and Lunar Blessing is on the second hand, we get the skill effect duration for the second hand, and this gives us much longer buffs. And the Warcry speed, it's nice, so you should use your Arctic Howl and Lunar Blessing on your second hand. As you can see, that's it. We are missing the unique health potion that would be a really big upgrade again. And on charms, we need the Wolf Charm, but that's 100 Divine Orb. I don't think we will ever get that, but it would be nice to have instead of this. Just put the Wolf Charm in. So this is the items. And now let's see the support gems. It's almost the same. The big difference is we now don't use the charge stack, so we don't stacking up on charges and consume them. We don't use the armor, we can't generate it because we are now using a Sceptre and we have less spirit. So we are using the wolf pack. This gives us more recoup life. With this you can get Abyssal monster modifiers. And we have Feeding Frenzy. And when I'm on town, I usually take out the Infernal Legion because this kills our poor wolves, and actually it's pretty annoying when you are just standing here. So, or you just can deactivate it. So this gives us a lot of power again, so use it. This is the big change on the skills, and the other stuff is kind of the same. On Shred, still attack speed and damage. I talked about Pretty of Lighting. Pounce, we talked about the life stuff, freezing mark, ice bite, and cooldown recovery. Lunar assault, I put it back rage on it because of the frenzy charges we lost like 25% increased attack speed and it's annoying, so I put back rage on it for a little bit of more attack speed. And you can swap for magnified area and deep freeze when you are on the boss fight. Deep freeze is nice because you have much more time to hit it with shred, but you can only need to do this if you have this lower weapon like me. If you have a nicer weapon, then you can do the damage much faster. Cross slash is the same. We are using a lot of damage nodes here, and this linear super gem that you stack up glory and get 50% more damage. Really nice. Overextend, execute, and concentrated area. On Herald of Ice, again same, magnified area, elemental alignment, and the armor explosion tech with Uruk smelting and armor break. Actually, it would be really nice if we have this. I actually found this, but I had to sell it to make this build, so I hope we will have this back again. And you can put this instead of the elemental stuff. It will give us more physical damage and it would be nice for the explosions. On Lunar Blessing, second wind, prolonged duration, efficiency, rage, cooldown recovery. You can actually use a lot of lineage gems here, like the Dahlia's Desire or Rakiata's Flow, but those are really pricey. Arctic Howl with Raging Cry, Exposing Cry, Tireless, Blazing Critical, and I talk about the Wolf Pack. On the passive skill tree, there is a few changes. I mostly talked about them already. So the Mind Over Matter stuff, we get the Arcane Surge here, the 2 nodes, and we have this new Timeless Jewel, although it's a really bad one. You should have area of effect, crit hit chance and crit damage on it, or max life, but for now it's fine. They are really pricey, and in the future I don't think we will have this on our amulet. I will just change this jewel for a megalomaniac one, but they are 30 divine orbs to have a Sparing Genius on it, a little bit too much for now, and I think I will just put back this authority on my amulet. Really nice area of effect and cooldown recovery. So here we have the Undying Hate and the Sacrifice of Flesh. We will get this node, this 50% melee damage, immobilized damage, and 25% increased armor, really nice for us. And this Behemoth also increased life and area of attacks. These are the new ones. The other stuff is the same. We go for the splash damage, blood magic, and the crit nodes and the rage nodes. And we still have the formula thing, CI, Jewel, and we get these nodes here. These are very big ones for us. Yeah, so this is kind of it. So the build is pretty heavy on defense, but you are still really fast. So you are jumping around and we have really high movement speed. So, and full screen clear. So you are hit one Lunar Assault and everything pops. So it's one of the fastest mappers, I think. I know there is a lot of builds with Templaris, but they looks really clunky with the teleporting or with the cross slash. It's I don't know, they don't look like a real build. We don't use any bug here, so I hope that GGG won't nerf too much on it, so we are not using any breaking stuff like the Titan time of need stuff that it's applying in every 0.1 seconds. Those things will be fixed, I am 100% sure. So this is a legit build, or how should I say it. I only will do one more update about this build when I get a better weapon, and I want to kill like 20-30 million Citadel boss and the Arbiter, but you usually don't farm those stuff. I mean, I don't farm them, I only farm maps with Breach, Abyss, and the boss tablet in it. And this is what I do. Fully stacked map, corrupted map, and these 3 tablet, and I just go, this is what you farm. The Breach currencies are really expensive, and the Breach Splinter also, and Zest can give you a lot of good drops, so I like to farm Breach, and actually Breach much more suitable for this build, because you are jumping around. You want to be fast, and the waiting for the Abyss boss to spawn and the backtracking is a lot of times annoying, but I'm farming both because Abyss gives us a lot of currency again. It's fun, and now we are kinda invincible. Okay, bosses, if you stack the bosses up, they can one-shot you still, but you need to avoid the first hit or the first 2 hits until you freeze them, and then you can kill it. So that's it for the build, guys. I think this is a huge build, and I hope you will enjoy it. I have a lot of shorts about Zesh killing T3 bosses. I don't want to make this video any longer. It's already really long and people don't like to watch videos. So Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.